since Monday afternoon, and we'll get out here and practice and get going. What questions do you have?
John, I think your brother at Michigan was talking about the influence that your former guys on staff here have had on that team. I guess, so what have you seen from, or I guess how gratifying is it to you to see the team succeed there with everything that the kind of connections that you guys have as programs?
Right. Well, they got a big one this week, undefeated Rutgers coming in there. But, yeah, it is good. You just had a lot of confidence in those guys. Those guys are really good coaches. Jay has been there since Jim got there now, and he was a great young coach coming through here. And he's got nothing but a great future in front of him. Love the way he coaches and the way he relates to players. And, of course, with Mike and Matt being here right up until last year, I think they've had a big influence. They've got a lot of great coaches there already. But, yeah, we're proud of those guys, and we root for them.
They're running the ball like you guys are.
Yeah, they're running the ball really well. Yeah, they are. They are.
Coach, Jared Goff, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. How are you seeing with them to a new system out there? You have some history with them.
Right. Well, they've done a really good job. And you watch the tape, I think Coach Lynn's done just an excellent job of merging really his belief system and his philosophy and how the game should be playing. Obviously, with as an offensive coordinator, head coach, they're on the same page. But Coach wants to be physical. He wants to run the ball. They're doing that with a big offensive line. You've got Jared Goff, who's just one of the best play action quarterbacks and pushing the ball downfield off of play action that there's been in the last 5, 6, 7 years in the league. So that's what he does really well. And then they've got the RPOs and the quick game stuff going too, which he's really good at. So I think they're meshing their own philosophy as coaches. They've got a really big physical offensive line. They've got good running backs with what the quarterback does so well, and they've done a great job of it. You can see what they want to be on offense.
John, you're on the subcommittee with coaches, and if I'm not mistaken, one of the things was encouraging the look at the taunting, correct? I know it hasn't impacted your 2 regular season games. There's been no taunting calls, but there's big talk around the league. How do you see it playing out so far, and do you think still this is the right thing to do? This is a good step for the league?
Well, I haven't personally looked at any of the calls so far. I agree with the idea. I mean, sportsmanship is very important. The way we treat one another is very important. I think the NFL is out front in so many ways. We're high profile. And kids watch us all the time. So the way we treat one another on the field is very important. It's about respecting one another out there, and how it gets interpreted from game to game. I think that's something you got to work through. But it's basically about respect and respecting one another in sportsmanship.
Latavius Murray, has an impressive resume coming here, but guess here it's so late. What's it been like for him leadership-wise, kind of jumping in? Because he has that resume, and obviously he's performed thus far 2 games through. But in that room where, after the void of so many guys going down, what's his leadership like there?
Well, I haven't been in the room too much. I don't know if it's so much about that right now. It's just about making sure we got the plays right, and they know which way to go, left or right, and whether they're getting it or not, and which hole it is. That's what they've been working on. But you can see that really with all those guys, and Latavius is definitely one of those guys, a very mature guy. All business, all ball kind of guy. He's been all those guys have been a joy to be around. So I'm sure we'll see that emerge as we go.
Coach, listening to the broadcast Sunday night, one of the commentators had said in speaking to you that you had made a comment that it was an injury-type league, or something of that nature. Was that your way of saying that what you guys have gone through, other teams may experience, maybe not to the degree, but other teams are going to go through these type of situations throughout the year? Right.
I don't remember the exact wording of that or the conversation per se, but it is definitely that. I mean, there's going to be injuries. We got hit hard, no question about it. But you have to step up and you have to overcome. So you don't dwell on that. You just overcome it.
Speaking about the Lions offense, you guys have faced back-to-back really good tight ends already this season. Now another one with Hawkinson. Yeah. What have you seen from him on tape?
Oh, he's their best guy. I mean, he's the guy they go to. Jared Goff's looking for him. They've got plenty of good players over there, but he's the straw that stirs the drink. He can make every kind of play, runs every kind of route. They try to scheme him open every different kind of way they can, and he's a guy we've got to be very aware of.
John, we haven't talked to you about Rashod Bateman for a while. Is he doing well? Is he coming along, and would he have a chance to come back when he's first eligible?
We'll see. That's part of the process. I think it's hard to predict that stuff, as you know, Childs. I mean, I've tried to predict it before. It usually hasn't worked out, so I'll probably try to stay away from that.
Talked about Michigan earlier. Was any extra excitement going back there to play? It's been a while for you guys.
Yeah, the last time we were there was pretty crazy. Remember that one? And I do remember that one, you know. So got a lot of tickets that we, Ingrid and I had to buy for this game. So we're helping the Southeast Michigan economy, I think, to some degree. But we'll have a lot of people there.
John, considering the moving parts you've had on the offensive line, how do you think Bradley Bozeman has handled that? You know, playing center for the first time in the NFL and obviously making the calls.
That's a really good point, Luke. I mean, he's just been pretty steady in there. You know, you haven't noticed him too much. It's kind of that way with the center. He's made his blocks. He's made the calls. He's been on good on every snap except one so far. You know, that I can remember in the regular season, and I feel really great about how he's playing.
John, is there any update on Ronnie?
No updates.
Speaking of that last game in Detroit, you know, there's been a lot of talk this week about your faith in Lamar and the offense to get that last yard on 4th and 1. 8 years ago, you had a lot of faith in Justin Tucker to hit a 61-yarder. Can you just talk about that decision, that kick in that moment?
Well, we didn't have much choice. You know, it really wasn't a decision. It was the only option we had at that point. Joe and the offense did a great job of getting us in position. And, boy, I'll tell you, that ball just kind of just barely made it through, if you remember, right inside the L of the upright. I just remember it being a great moment.
John, with Lamar, we always see him out on the field, and during the game seems very excitable and you know, gets in the moment. During preparation, I mean, is he more of the business-like, more demeanor, or is he still kind of excitable, like things we don't really see of Lamar?
He's both. You know, he's very businesslike, but also he has fun. You know, and he'll have fun with his guys. Something happens, he gets on guys. I think what you see is what you get with Lamar.
Okay.
All right, great. Okay, thank you.